Properties. Okay, fix that one.
Commercial helicopter pilot BTW winking face.
Oh, that ought to be fun. But you got to put up with people, right? Fix that. Let's see what I'm going to use.
Commercial helicopter pilot BTW winking face.
Oh, that ought
Yep,
to
it's
be
working.
fun.
Audio is on.
But you got to put up with people. Yeah, right? See, I switched. I'm using Windows 11. I just switched over, so I have noticed things are not quite the same. And I can tell you right now, frame rates are not as good. Whoops, got off course a little bit. Are not as good in Windows 11 as they were in Windows 10. I can tell you that right off the bat. We're down 10 to 15 frames per second, and that's quite a bit. I mean, it's on the ground. It was a little jerky as far as I'm concerned. Frame rates were cutting below 30, and right now, like in this situation, I'd be getting 50 plus, and I'm only 35 to 40. So. Here we're just checking this out. This is the first time I've tried it in Windows 11. That's why the audio was messed up. Now, see, I have changed no settings and nothing. So it was, I don't know why even the sound would have changed. Sound settings. So I had no idea until I went back and watched the stream. I had no idea I had no sound. None at all. I mean, I'm getting enough frame rate. It's not bad, but it's enough difference that I can notice it. And I fly this plane a lot, so it's why I chose it, so I could actually tell if there was any difference. And there definitely is. Even the sound here in the cabin, I have changed no sound settings in the game. You notice it's very muted, the motor sound. It's not normally this quiet in this plane. Now outside the plane, it's fine. But inside the plane seems to be a little bit quiet. I would not think it would make any difference setting to setting from Windows 11 to Windows 10, but obviously there is a difference. But it doesn't seem to be staggering. It's not that it's not playable, you just get used to the frame rates. Have you tried to free the helicopter that's in the game yet? It's not a paid thing. I guess they got one you can buy now, but it's actually freeware.
I fly a small two-seater French helicopter, Gamble Cabri G2.
Okay, there's a free one in the game now. I think it's it's an Airbus 340, 350 or something helicopter made there in Europe somewhere. There's actually a free mod for it, and it's really pretty good. Have you checked that out yet? I forget who the website
India Mike
is.
Oscar, contact Memphis Center on 125.85. Good day.
Now, I have never actually flown a
125.85.
helicopter, so me saying it's pretty good, yeah, not necessarily.
No, I haven't got MSFS yet. I'm repairing my desktop PC. Movo died.
Okay, well,
I
like
haven't
say,
even been able to play Star Citizen.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, anyway, they do have a helicopter now that is, they have a pay version, which is an H.
I'm also trying to build a heli simulator with some potentiometers and PVC.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be very cool. Yeah, I really enjoy using Microsoft Flight Sim. Like I say, I have fun with it. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not like a learn to fly simulator, but it's pretty good. Looks like we got nothing but clouds here down here in Tennessee. Wasn't really what I was looking for. Surprised they're not yelling at me to climb faster. But we're almost to 11,000 feet. I've been paying attention to other things, like how it's running. I just have the trim set to climb lightly, so not really getting on it. Yeah, I'll be a little upset if I have to start changing my settings to get the frame rates back up to where they were. But as I said, this is it's not quite a release build yet, so let's see if we can back off a little bit of our throttles. We'll kick on the autopilot. Altitude hold here. We'll put it on altitude hold. Should hold right there. Come on.
What are you flying?
This is
The latest.
Yeah, this is a Seminole P-44. It is an add-on plane. It's not a. There's Piper. It's a Piper Seminole, and I love it. I've actually flown this plane in real life. That's why I actually bought it. But it's produced by KBNA, and it is really, I would call it study level. It's really, everything works just like the real plane. And as being I've actually flown one, I can say that. But I really enjoy this plane. Like I say, it's probably one of the
You're a pilot.
Yeah.
Astonished pace.
Not anymore, but medical reasons I cannot keep my pilot active, license active. But this plane, in real life, is a real easy twin to fly. Real easy. And
American 553.
Coronado did a really good job when they made this one, because it's study level in the cockpit. It's just exactly how I remember.
I've never flown fixed wing.
Yeah, I've never flown a helicopter, so don't. Whole different ball, whole different game.
Most fixed wing pilots look at rotary like we are all crazy.
I don't know about you crazy. I think they're pretty neat. You know how people are, though. Yeah. But you know what? It's hard. I would think it would be hard to go back and forth from fixed wing to rotary. I would think it would be hard to, you know what I mean? People do it. Don't get me wrong, but I would think it would be a little tougher to do that, because your mindset's different when you're flying. Even in simulators, when you're in a helicopter, you think different than when you're in an airplane. So I would think in real life that would even be more so. But yeah, the helicopter that's in the game now, it really works really well. I have some past videos of it where I take it out and fly it every now and then. The collective and everything on it works. I mean, it works. I don't know how much it's like flying a real one. I've never flown a real one, but it's a whole lot different than flying one of these airplanes. Yeah, it's a little Airbus. I think it's a 340, Airbus 340. The one they use a lot in England and Europe for What is it?
I'm
evac?
currently doing my low-level certification, under 500 feet, to do mustering with cattle and servicing power lines. For
Power
agriculture.
lines. Well, I bet you that wouldn't that get a little hairy? Have to play around power lines with a helicopter? Yeah, that'd take some skill, I would think. And mustering cattle, you're using a helicopter as a what? A sheepdog? That is interesting. Yeah, that is very interesting. But I guess why not? I mean, you know, I guess you could do that. It's a shame I didn't see all these clouds when I set
Australia has huge cattle farms.
Ah, yeah, I would imagine helicopters would make things a whole lot easier than trying to get a bunch of cowboys together.
It's very common here for herding.
Huh. I'll be damned. See, you learn something new every day. I had never heard that before. I guess it makes sense. You've got all that land out there, open land. You got cattle on it. Boy, yeah, I guess you could herd them up. Find out where they're at and bring them together pretty quick that way. But yeah, I had no idea they did that. Hell, for all I know, they do it here, but I wouldn't think so. Although you know, I don't know. But yeah, putting in power lines or working on power lines with a helicopter, I can imagine that could get pretty hairy. I would think so. It's not running bad, just not running great. I'd say the only difference is Windows 11 versus Windows 12. I mean 10. Now I do have, what is it, their gaming mode on. And some people say it's worse, some people say it's better. I'll turn it off, try again, and see what happens later on. If you have a gaming mode on or off, that's the difference. I mean, it's running fine, it's just frame rates are not as high as they were. And I don't want to change any settings. But I have noticed the sound is different because this plane is, even in real life, it's noisier in the cockpit. It's not this quiet. Not that it's you can't talk, it's just that this is a little more quiet than it really is. Before it was more realistic. And I think the pitch of the sound seems to be different. Now, I do not have the headphones turned on the stereos. But then I'm not using them, I'm using this shit.
Drop the prop noise a bit. Game audio, vs your microphone.
Is the game audio too loud? Okay, let's see. We can change this.
It sounds very on point but realistic.
Okay. Let's see which one it is. Yeah, it seems to be a little high here. Okay, we're dropping the game audio. Okay. We dropped the game audio. See if that made any difference. Yeah, like I say, it seems everything's different. I would think everything would be exactly the same. It wouldn't make any difference. But obviously that's not true. So I'll actually watch the stream after I get it back down on the ground, and then I'll adjust
Slightly,
it.
not much, but when you go to outside view it drowns your mic out. That's
Outs-
good.
Okay, hang on here. It does drown it out though. Yep, okay. Okay, now I turned it down. Probably be too low inside now. I guess I could try to play with it in, let me see. Let's go into general options here and see what we can do. Sound. Aircraft engines. Oh, I can't change
It's
it.
perfect now.
Oh, is it perfect now? Okay, then we'll leave it alone. We will leave it alone then. Because, yeah, it's really quiet in the cockpit, but, yeah, it's pretty noisy outside. Yeah, it's running really smooth. I don't see any micro stutters or nothing. I just noticed that overall the frame rates are less. For whatever that tells us. Still don't need quite all this speed, but we're not running that fast. We must be running into a minor headwind. Yeah, we're only cruising at 120, so my guess is we have a bit of a headwind. And this has an old Garmin in it, which is the Garmin that actually used in it. Doesn't have none of the fancy 1000 shits.
Little bit off stutter on the capture from the headset, I think. Nothing can do about that.
Yeah, I can't.
Overall, it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned. I didn't know how it was going to stream. He's just didn't know how it was going to set up. Yeah, I'm getting no stutters here, but I'm streaming off the mirror, the Oculus mirror, of course, because I'm in VR, so you only have a single eyeball.
Did you have IFR when you were flying?
Yes.
I'm only BFR.
You know what? You will find, unless you're doing long trips, that you will not mess with IFR. I hardly
This
ever.
looks great.
Yeah, I hardly ever bothered to IFR unless I was taking a longer trip. Because, I don't know, it's just more... you know what? You do more flying when you're on VFR than you do IFR. And if it's a short trip, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just, So that's what I found. Now, a commercial pilot that you're flying all the time, you're going to use IFR all the time. But if you're not commercial, I found I always had much more enjoyment, and I love to fly using VFR. And I only IFR'd when it was on a longer trip. And of course, when you're on VFR, you don't follow as many rules.
We don't really have the range in the helicopters for long flights.
Yeah.
We can take on stronger headwinds.
Right.
We can just point the nose into the wind.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you're missing anything. Like I say, if you're a commercial pilot,
Makes landing easier.
yes. Like I say, there's benefits to IFR, and there's taking the fun out of it too. Like I say, a long trip, yeah, you almost always use IFR. And there have been times when I've been out flying that I've been on IFR and then canceled and went back to VFR, or be up in the air for a while, then switch over to IFR. All that happy stuff. And I didn't really mean to set this up IFR. I just hit the wrong button on the HEC, and once it set up IFR, I just said, hell with it. We'll just fly it IFR. It's not a very long trip here. Only about an hour. We're not that far out of Memphis now. See, I wouldn't mess with an hour and a half flight. I wouldn't mess with IFR in real life, unless the weather called for it. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's socked in and it's raining and you can't see nothing, well, then there's where IFR comes in handy. But see, I'm up here because of IFR. I'm at 11,000 feet, and if I wasn't IFR, I'd be down underneath the clouds watching the ground. So it's not stormy by any stretch of the imagination. We just got low hanging clouds. So, but yeah, this trip normally I would not, unless it was rainy, stormy, messed up. I would not IFR such a short trip. But I actually know people that would not get in an airplane unless they get IFR, regardless of the distance, which I think is kind of silly, but that's the way they like to fly. Now, the one thing I don't like about VR is you can't drink your coffee. And there's a few people.
We have some nice choppers in the hangar, Squirrels, MD500S, few Robinsons, and my little French chopper. I'm not turbine rated though. I can only fly carb head engines.
Well, depending on how long, I would imagine unless you really enjoy the ones you're flying, I would imagine sooner or later you'll be like the rest of the fools that fly anything. They got to keep getting bigger and better. You know, it seems like it's a, I started out just, of course, just single engine, little bitty planes. And, sooner or later you want something, a little bigger, a little faster. Funny how that works. And I guess a lot of it depends on what you're doing. If you're just for a fun flyer, you really don't need all that.
I'm still a student, only halfway through.
Like I say, I would think it would take a lot more to learn to fly a helicopter than it does a plane. A plane is really not that hard to fly. It really is.
130 hours for my license.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of hours. Like I say, I would think helicopters would be a lot more difficult. Well, an airplane pilot depends on the plane to do most of its work for it. Well, a helicopter, you're actually got to depend on yourself because, a plane generates its own lift and you're limited to what you need to do. But a helicopter is, I don't know, I would think the difficulty level is a whole lot different. Well, it's just like direction, how you fly direction, You don't fly it by pushing wind out your ass. You actually have to tilt the airplane to go the direction you want, or the craft.
Normally work in mining. Other students, my brother and I are thinking of pooling the money and buying our own machine in the next year.
Sometimes you can get really good deals on used ones.
My brother's a professional skydiver.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I have skydived just for fun, but it really never made sense to me to jump out of a perfectly working airplane. You know, you have to really think about it. I wonder if I remember how to land this thing. I've been playing around with the military craft, the Tomcat, the F-15, and the Corsair, the World War II Corsair. I have not actually been in this plane for a month. I guess played it, actually got back in it because I just been playing with the other ones. So hopefully I'll remember how to land it. I'll probably overcorrect the hell out of it. I've been doing takeoff and landings with that World War II Corsair, that Gullwing Corsair. That plane is a beast to land and take off. Tail dragger. It does weird things, and below 100 mile an hour, it is the shittiest flying aircraft I've ever tried to fly. I mean, it's fine at speed, but at low speed, the plane is so heavy and so nose heavy, it really flies weird. And landing and taking off it's always exciting because you never know what stupid thing you're going to do to nose it into the ground. Yeah, the game's running perfectly fine. It's just that frame rates are not what they're normally at. See, we're coming, it's saying 40 frames per second right now, and normally in VR I get 50 plus. So it's down a good 10 frames per second running in Windows 11. Now, whatever reason for, and it may be the game mode, I'll turn it off, see if it makes any difference. But I did not change.
With the motor mapping in the brain, if you move the collective to go up, the rotor wants to twist the heli from the torque increase with the change of rotor pitch. So too.
Right. I mean, everything has got to be more difficult, it seems to me. That you have to deal with the torque. Yeah, like I say, I would think, I've never flown one. I never took lessons for them.
Counter it, you spin up the tail rotor, but then it wants to drift sideways, so you have to use the stick to the side and counter it.
Yeah, like I say, I would think that it would be much more hands-on. Like I say, an airplane pilot uses the plane where, you know what I mean, the plane does most of the work for him. Let's be realistic. All you do, you put enough power in it, it's going to fly. A helicopter, not so much. And even get to have
constant 3 control system.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me you've got to constantly. You've got to constantly fly. Hell, I don't even know if they have autopilot systems in helicopters. They probably do, but the big fancy ones. But yeah, I mean, once you're airplanes, basically, they really do like to fly themselves. It's
and
really
some without a governor have to also control the RPM on the collective, which makes 4 controls.
Okay. We just stuttered here. Are we moving? Yeah, I guess we are moving, but something just doesn't actually make.
Motor mapping's hard.
I would think it
Larger
would be.
choppers have autopilot.
It's almost like we are not even moving. Something's not right here. Okay, it was not paused by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, it just doesn't look like we're moving much. I guess we are, but...
Interested to see this landing, haha.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it too. See how bad I can embarrass myself here. Like I say, this plane really is very forgiving. And it is in real life too. This has to be the easiest. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it looks like I'm moving, but I am not moving much. So I don't know what the deal is here. I mean, it doesn't say it's frozen. It doesn't say it's paused. But it sure looks like to me we're frozen. Yes, we are frozen. Now, why would we be frozen? I've never had this happen before. Huh. It's almost like it's paused, but it's not paused. Did it just free up? Okay, we are moving again, right? Why did it do that? Okay, the clouds are moving, but is that because... I'm not sure why. Whoops. Okay, now I can't seem to be moving. That's how it goes. Okay, yeah, we are moving. It was almost like it was paused. And I don't know why it would do that. Whoops. That wasn't a good idea. Yeah, I know. I turned the autopilot off. Turn it back on. Alright, so looks like it, whatever it did, it came out of it. I don't know what it was doing. I have no idea why it paused. Alright. You're gonna make me climb back up there, aren't you? Can't be that far out of Memphis. Come on up. Lost about 500 feet there screwing around. I have no idea why it paused, but that's what it was acting like. And then finally I hit the pause button enough times to finally reset. Okay, so Windows 11 is not perfect. Whoops. Well, that wanted to go down in a hurry. Come on back. Okay. Why are you diving? Come on now. What's wrong? Something ain't right here. I'm going to clear out the autopilot completely here. Don't know what's going on, but it ain't going good. Let's get back over here and then we'll reset it. Maybe a glitch in our giddy-ups.
Generic 7 Hotel Alpha contact Memphis Center on 125.85. Good day.
Okay. See, it's not wanting to hold altitude here. Nope. Oh. Let's cut it completely off. Don't know what the deal is here. Come on now. We are going forward. Was working just fine. Try this again. button.
Yankee Charlie Hotel India. Mike Oscar cleared to Memphis Airport as final.
Okay, now it should hold. Come on.
India Mike Oscar reads back correct. Radar contact 10,900 feet.
It is not going to hold altitude. What the hell's the difference here?
50, resume on navigation climb, but maintain 12,000 feet.
Turn right, heading 250, resume on navigation climb, and maintain 12,000 feet India. Mike Oscar.
250. Climb to 12,000. Okay, now it finally caught. Maybe. Why would I be getting closer and they want me to go to 12,000 unless there's planes in the way? Don't really make sense. What its problem is here. Okay, it's only in nav mode, so.
India Mike Oscar, please expedite your flight.
Oh, yeah. We're working on it.
Memphis Center, United 2316 is in flight level 380, descending 10,000 feet.
United 2316 Memphis Center, continuous plan.
Why is not this? See, it's not cutting off. Huh. Something just ain't kosher here all of a sudden. Because I can't even turn the autopilot alt hold off. So we'll just do it manually. So he quits yelling at me. Yeah, I should just be able to click it off, but it's not. Something ain't working right. And I don't know if Windows 11's I have never run into that bug before, so I don't think it's something that's in the game itself.
Memphis Center, United 1269er is in flight level 380, descending 10,000 feet.
United 1269 Memphis Center, continuous plan.
Okay, we're at 12,000. Let's go back and try it again.
Memphis Center, Delta 713 is passing flight level 340, descending 10,000 feet.
Delta 713 Memphis Center, continuous plan.
And it's showing alt and nav's on. So, we shall see. And I could use the autopilot to change the vertical climb, but that was too much trouble. Autopilot will do that. But for 1,000 feet, just seemed like an awful lot of work to change it and adjust it back.
India Mike Oscar, contact Memphis Center on 127.975. Good day. Memphis Center, Southwest 1866 is at flight level 310, descending 10,000 feet. Southwest 1866, Memphis Center, continuous plan.
127.975 India Mike Oscar. Memphis Center, Echo Yankee, Charlie Hotel India, Mike Oscar 12,100 feet. Echo Yankee, Charlie Hotel India, Mike Oscar, Memphis Center, altimeter 30.03, continuous plan.
Yeah, see, it's showing 40 frames per second. Normally I'm getting 50 in VR. Same settings. I have not changed anything, so that's the difference between Windows 10 and 11, I'm afraid, for whatever reason.
Memphis Center, Southwest 2617 is at flight level 310, descending 10,000 feet.
Southwest 2617 Memphis Center.
So I don't know.
Memphis Center, United 1269er, is passing flight level 380, descending 10,000 feet. United 1269er, Memphis Center, continue as planned.
Oh, I need all this speed. Burn my motors up. Throttle it up to climb. Can't be that far out of Memphis now. Come on here. Let's take a look. Well, we got a little ways to go. I thought I'd we got a little ways to go yet.
Southwest 503, 6 contact Memphis Center on 134.65. Good day.
Going to 134.65 Southwest 5036.
You know, I gotta get me another cup of coffee, so I'm gonna leave the autopilot running here, and then I am going to. It'll stay up on the screen on the right, pop upright. But I am going to go get me another cup of coffee because I still got time. I got 30 minutes more flight. Hopefully we won't die in the meantime.
Going to 135.9er Southwest 2617.
Okay, got rid of a cup and added a cup. I have to reset this. There we go. Looks like we're still on track here. I don't know why it's running so far to the right of our marker, IFR. Don't know why. It's in nav mode.
India Mike Oscar contact Memphis Center on 134.65. Good day.
Good day.
Going to 134.65. India Mike Oscar. Southwest 1286 contact Memphis Center on 135.9er. Good day.
Good day. We're getting closer. Closer and closer. Not close enough, but we're closer. Quite a bit of traffic, but I ain't seen any. Just a shame I got all these clouds. You know, now that I think about it, I had to update my software, video card software, to get to run right in Windows 11 because all of them have a patch now for it. I wonder if that has anything to do with the frame rates being down. Because I am running a beta that they released for Windows 11, and I wonder if it changed any settings in my graphic settings. Which could be where the frame rates went. I'll have to check that too. Make sure that it did not turn anything on or turn anything off. But because none of the in-game settings should have changed. They should not have changed. "42 miles out. Says 20 minutes. 42 nautical miles out, I guess. Definitely pushing the headwind. One thing nice about the new GPS 1000 Garmin's, the newer Garmin models, they even give you wind direction. Uh-oh. Lightning down there. I will say one thing about this game, it just is pretty. Yeah, it looks like the weather's turning bad the farther west we go. We'll probably get to land in the rain.
Descend and maintain 3,900 feet India Mike Oscar.
Okay, well, we can do that. Let's release the autopilot. $3,900. Back off some throttle here. $3,900. Dive, dive, dive. And this is what I like about flying in VR, is because it actually feels like I'm descending. You don't get that when you're on the monitor. And normally I get more frames per second in VR than I do on the monitor. Of course, on the monitor I have everything turned up to max. Everything's on ultra. When I'm in VR, I don't have it set that high on most things. Get a lot of incoming traffic here. Hopefully I have landing ribbons on, because I really don't know this airport. I have been here, but it's been, I don't know, 15 years ago. So I have no idea the taxiways on this airport, or even the directions of the runway. So I hope I have landing ribbons on, or we're going to have to find out where we're at and what we're doing. It's just under 4,000. Oh, they're going to put us right in the middle of these damn clouds, aren't they? $3,900 feet. feet.
India Mike Oscar. Memphis Center Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India Mike Oscar is at 4,400 feet, descending 3,900 feet.
Yep, gonna put us right in the clouds. Pricklets. Oh, come on. Oh, that was wonderful. Now, why are you coming back up? Well, I'll tell you what. This autopilot ain't working right. Something is not right here. Alright, now what is your problem? Autopilot just is plain and being an ass here. Something has definitely changed.
125 decimal 8 for India Mike Oscar. Memphis approach Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India Mike Oscar 4,000 feet.
Alright, it's starting to piss me off here.
118.625 for India Mike Oscar.
We'll just quit using it.
Memphis Center Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India Mike Oscar is passing 4,400 feet, descending 3,900 feet. India Mike Oscar. Memphis approach Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India Mike Oscar 4,100 feet.
Alright. Well, I don't know what's going on here, but even the trim's acting screwy. Huh. Even the trim is acting screwy here.
Descend and maintain 3,900 feet India Mike Oscar.
Yeah. Choo, choo, choo. Well, that ought to do it. Got a hell of a crosswind here. Must be all these thunder chickens. Come on. Of course, we're in the middle of this thunder cloud, don't help. Trying to feather the throttles here. Maintain the altitude. Without playing with the trim. Yep, got us right in the middle of this damn soup. Come on now. Be picky. Damn it. Got us an updraft. Look out. Drafting up. We're in the twilight zone now. Oh, come on. Jesus. We got serious wind problems here. Wind is all over the place. Oh, screw you. We're working on it. Damn wind is playing hell. Wind is playing hell. Blowing us all over the place. Jesus. Arg. As soon as you get it back, it just takes off.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV on the runway 18 center approach. Via Lorry transitions clear to Lorry India Mike Oscar.
Yeah, like I could see it. Yep, like I can see it. Like to me. Jesus. Much rather be VFR, whereas underneath this soup, so I could actually see the airport. Would be nice. And it's windy. I have no idea. See, it's not letting me go lower. I'm going to cancel IFR here in about, because it's not lining me up. Obviously. It is just not lining me up. So it's 181, it's not. Holy shit. Arrgh. No idea where the airport is. Whoops. It is, something just ain't right here. Well, that sure looks like the airport there. ATC.
Complying.
Memphis approach India. My officer would like to cancel IFR.
You betcha.
Memphis approach Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India. My officer is type 2 miles southwest of Memphis 3,000 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Squawk 2206 India. My officer.
Can't see nothing.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Come
India.
on,
My
shut
officer.
up and let me get my clearance.
Memphis Tower Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India. My officer is 3 miles southwest 3,000 feet with doctor
Fuck.
land. Memphis Tower Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India. My officer is 3 miles southwest 3,100 feet with Oscar to land. Memphis approach Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India. My officer is type 4 miles southwest of Memphis 3,100 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Squawk 6106 India. My officer.
Come on.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace India. My officer.
Jesus. Alright, what's going on here that I cannot get nothing through? Something just ain't working. Don't know what it is, but with the weather this bad,
Memphis Tower Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India. My officer is 5 miles southwest 3,000 feet with Oscar to land. Memphis approach Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India. My officer is type 5 miles south of Memphis 3,100 feet.
arg.
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Squawk 4255 India. My officer.
I can see nothing.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace India. My officer.
It's just not going to let me land. Just ain't going to do it. See, all right. Let's find out what is going on here. Just not, something's wrong here because I cannot get. I'm telling you, that's the airport, and it will not give me clearance to land. Now, I do not know what the deal is here, but it's just...
Tower, Echo Yankee Charlie Hotel India Mike Oscar is 2 miles west, 1,700 feet with Oscar to land. Make left downwind runway 18 center India Mike Oscar.
Finally. Finally gave me clearance. Now, I have no idea what the deal is here, why it would not give it to me. But it definitely would not give me clearance for any reason, even though I knew the airport was there. So you figure it out. Like I say, it may just be that things just don't run quite right on Windows 11 yet. Could be it. And the reason I lowered the gear early was because I was trying to get the clearance to accept me coming in, and it wasn't going to give me landing clearance no matter what I did. I don't know what the deal was. But I knew the airport was there, and I knew they should have gave me clearance, and they didn't. And then I asked for it a couple times, they still wouldn't give me clearance. And they finally gave it to me. Finally. Maybe the drop in the gear triggered it, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not liking the frame rates here. We're right at 30. Which is not comfortable. So I'm going to have to check out why Windows 11, and I guess it's possible that it could be game mode. We'll try turning it off. We will try. And I'll check my software settings for my drivers, make sure it didn't turn on a bunch of crap it don't need to be running. Although I don't know what it would turn on. I don't overclock my graphics card, so that shouldn't have anything to do with it. Okay, we can slow down a little bit. I'll give us 10% flaps. I'll back off our throttles, get us down to 100 mile an hour. Give us a little more trim. On our landing lights. But yeah, frame rates are terrible. What the hell's going on here, Windows 11? I ain't gonna like this if it kills microflight flight sim, I'll go back to 10 because this ain't right. This just ain't right.
Clear to land runway 18 Center, India, Mike Oscar.
Yeah, you'll get over my speed. Alrighty. Be a lot easier if it wasn't so damn choppy. Come on, don't drift left. A lot of wind out here. Whoa, damn. Fucking caught me right there at the end.
121.0 India, Mike Oscar.
Why we got an hourglass? She gonna give me, obviously not, huh? Tell me to get off the hell off the runway? Aren't you gonna tell me to get off the runway? Come on. Huh. Things just aren't working right. Make no mistake about it. See, it should be telling me to get the hell off the runway, as he's getting ready to take off. Yeah, something just ain't working right here today. Now, I don't know whether There was no update. ATC.
Complying.
Yeah, see, this is not even working. I can't even tune the ground. See, yeah, see, something's wrong here.
Memphis ground
There it goes. I have no idea what's going on.
Request taxi to parking.
It's got to be Windows 11.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Golf Echo Cross Runway 3, 6 Center, Echo Cross Runway 18 Left Echo India Mike Oscar.
Something just ain't working. It's not going to let me do, see, now I'm not even getting clearance to acknowledge it. So it's something's fucked up. Something is screwed up. I don't know what it is, but something ain't working right with this game in Windows 11. Obviously. Obviously.
Roger India Mike Oscar.
See? I don't get it. Something ain't right here. Now this has got to be a Windows 11 problem. And this big old thing here is just in my way. Well, first of all, why is moving this working my rudders? See, something ain't right with this game. I mean, it ain't the game because it's been working fine in Windows 11. I mean, Windows 10. It's something to do with Windows 11 that's got things fucked up. Yeah, see, I'm turning my yoke and I am steering my plane. That should not be happening. Should not be happening. But it is. Now I could race this guy down here, I guess. Got to cross the parking lot. You just cut across the parking lot. I just passing. And if I got this close to this guy in real life, they'd have me all kinds of fine shit. They'd be whacking my tallywhacker. Now, I really take it he's taken off. I doubt if he's going to general parking. And that's where I should be going over there. I don't know where they're sending me. But I would think it would be right there. I would think. But they definitely don't want me to take a shortcut. Yeah, see, they want me to go all the way around heaven to get to hell. They just ain't very nice people. Want me to go all the way around heaven to get to hell. Well, they are going to park him over there. Look at that. Yeah, Windows 11 ain't quite right. I can tell you that right now. We're awful close to release. So I wonder if they just haven't been working on this, because something ain't running right. It's making the game do wonky things. And I will check some settings that are not in the game and see if I can get anything to. First thing I'm going to do is turn off now if you wanted me to point in the other direction, you should have not sent me this way. Alright, just shut her down, theoretically. Okay, yeah, let's set the parking brake. Brakes set. Let's kill the electronic. Oh, there we go. Let's say we're going to have to go check, because it is not working copacetic the way it used to before it went to Windows 11. Something ain't right. We will have to work on it. So we will be back later once we figure out what the problem is, guys. To say I'm running Windows 11. It's the first time I've tried it with Flight Sim, and things just aren't right. I don't know what it is. Lack of frame rates, and the game is doing